So guys, we're live, guys. We're live, guys. We're live. Like the vid, like the vid, like the vid. Subscribe, guys. Look, subscribe, like the vid. Welcome to the stream tonight. It's a UCL final where Manchester Divided has been eliminated from the UCL by the attacking badges of Athletico Madrid, and also the most informed team in the group stage in Ajax has been knocked out by Benfica. Like the vid, subscribe, like the vid, subscribe, like the vid, subscribe, guys. Like the vid. UCL is a special night, and it's a special night, guys, for a special moment, for a special occasion. Like that vid, subscribe, like that vid, subscribe. Let's go. Yo, my people, how are you now? I hope you guys are doing fine. Like that vid, subscribe, like the vid, subscribe, like that vid, subscribe. I hope you guys are fine. Welcome to this team, guys. It's the UCL tonight, guys, in between Manchester United and Athletico, in which Athletico have knocked out Man United at Old Trafford, and also surprise, Ajax of Amsterdam has been knocked out by Benfica. I never see that coming, but wow, what a surprise! I never see it coming, but what a surprise! What a surprise! What a surprise. UCL is full of surprise, and UCL is full of so much underdog. So I'm not surprised with this kind of situation happening in UCL, because UCL is full of emotion. So much stuff is happening in UCL. So guys, like that damn vid, guys. Like that vid. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. Like that vid, guys. Like that vid, subscribe. So let me come to United fans in Chimere. Chimere, how you feeling, brother?
Well, I'm just trying to survive, man. Just trying to survive.
Give me your take on what exactly went on. Give us a breakdown. Just give us a breakdown. Give me a breakdown.
Well, to be honest, I want to start off by saying, to our Athletico fans watching here, congratulations, to Athletico fans, congrats to you guys. Over the two legs, Athletico were the better team. No two ways around it. They were the better team over the two legs. I think for today is we it's been the same issues we had all season. We lack a presence in the middle. We don't hold on to possession well. We don't, we're making bad decisions in the final third.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, like when you play these kind of games, it's not easy, because Atletico also, man, it's not like Atletico are a cheap team. They're playing hard, They're playing hard and they were playing well in defense. So when you play these kind of things, you play these kind of games, it's not easy, I feel like we really need but I feel like we really lack a cutting edge, and that's what I know, and I remember Emmy saying something like that in the chats. We lack a cutting edge. We don't except Bruno. There's not really any player that you see trying to take a risk and make that killer pass, And then the final third, you see there's so many. Players are shooting when they're supposed to be passing. Players are mishitting passes. Players aren't making the right decisions in the final third. This is where the coaching part needs to come in. Because there are players there that have quality, that have potential, but the coaching and development and teaching these guys the right brain, like how Pep coached Sterling. Like somebody needs to come in and coach these guys like a Rashford.
Let me quickly ask a question, Chimere. Why is Manchester United not trying to buy Erling Haaland? Why?
Because I don't think he's interested in going there. I feel like we've tried. I just don't think he wants to go to United.
Because he has his body there, Sancho, right? They have a good bond, right? Because today it was very clear, like, bro, it was laborious, man. I know Atletico can do that to many teams or any team because Atletico plays that way, right? They're hard grit. But something Paul Scholes said today on BT Sports, he said if Simeone was Manchester United's coach, do you think they go through today?
Yes.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
With this same team?
Yes.
I don't know.
The reason is because if the player
like this team cannot play Simeone football, man. They don't have the mind. They don't have the technical. They don't have so many things. Like to play Simeone football, you have to be ready to suffer. This team cannot.
We don't have the team to play Simeone style.
Yeah.
Now, this
so
team,
do you think Ragnick, what's your opinion on Ragnick? Just tell me, open-headed. What's your opinion on Ragnick, Chimere?
I mean, to be honest with you, so the thing with him, it's hard to judge him because he's coming to a situation. The situation he coming to was a rough situation. A team that was in disarray. It's not. They really can't play the style he wants to play. You know what I mean? Because you know, Ragnick wants to play a certain style, but the team we have really can't execute the way he wants to play.
Yep.
So for me, it's hard to judge him because it's not really in an ideal situation for him. So I'll rather, but I'll say to be honest with you, I don't really think any manager could have done well in this situation. It's tough. It's a tough situation for any manager to be in. When you're coming in mid-season, you have a particular style of play, you want to execute it because Ragnick wants to play high pressing football, and we just don't have the players to execute it. We just don't. And you see today. There's just the technical ability, the IQ is lacking. It's lacking.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
Because you saw today in the final third, players are passing when they're supposed to be. Players are shooting when they're supposed to be passing. There are people open making runs. People aren't passing it. That's they say the IQ. But you see, City knows when this guy makes a run. They know when to pass the ball. These top teams know that. But you see, with us, that's the part that's lacking. When we get to the final third, the decision making is poor. It's very poor.
Yeah.
It
is
very poor.
Very, very poor. I don't
it's as if I don't know what they do in training. I really like to know because apart from a couple of individual brilliance that that brings up you guys to score. I knew that Spurs game was a fugazi. You know why? Because Chelsea beat Spurs 3 times in January, like 3 good times. We knocked them silly. So I was like, Man United should not think they have arrived because they beat Spurs or they struggled to beat Spurs 3-2, right? The Atletico game is going to be totally different from from this Spurs game, and I was spot on. I don't know what Man U needs to do. Do they disband the team? I think so. I just think they need a full refresh. So they need to get this guy out. What's his name? Fletcher. I don't think he's the right director of football for you guys, or is he a director of sports? Whatever he is, I don't think he has a football brain to actually put a team together. He doesn't have that ability. He was not an intelligent player. I don't even know if he has contacts in Europe. Like, to be a director of football, you should have contacts to the best talents in sports in Europe. I don't think he has that.
And the thing that annoyed me about this loss was it's not even like Atletico played. Atletico were dead. They were dead for the taking.
Yeah, they were there.
They were dead
This
for the
was
taking.
Chelsea playing them. Yeah, Chelsea would have shown them Pepe because Chelsea would have opened them up somehow.
Atletico didn't even this game. Like Atletico didn't really play. They had maybe 2 shots. It's not like Atletico clearly had a plan and they executed.
Yeah, they had a plan.
But I say they were there for the taking. But we're just playing. And you also see another issue is we can't keep consistent pressure because we lose the ball.
No, you guys do, and that's another thing, right? So even when you guys win the ball, you guys cannot transition the ball to because you guys don't have a striker. Ronaldo is not a striker. He cannot dribble past anyone, or he doesn't have a call. He has lost like a yard or two, to be able to give a defender a problem, right? So it's so ball to feet. It's I see Manchester United needs to go and get like a top draw striker and a midfielder, and also I don't even know, man. There's just so many things you guys need to do. But yeah, I think every day this Atletico is they're very tough opponents. Yeah, very tough opponents.
And the way they play is like they are trying to annoy United. That's what the problem is.
Yes, yeah. That's the way Atletico play. They
every
mess
day.
with your mind. Yeah, they mess with your mind. They mess with, they make you guys start to, make mistakes. It's part of the Simeone style of football. Simeone tells them what to do and they do it. Like they manage moments today. That's all they did.
Yeah.
They knew when to go forward and they just knew when to just sit back. And all the players there are singing from the same hymn sheet. They didn't play anything today.
No.
Apart from the time they went to score, they didn't just play anything.
Even the goal was honestly kind of fluky because it was from Alanga that they thought he was fouled. He didn't track back, which left that space that allowed.
Yeah, Elanga showed something about his lack of experience in this level. At this level, you will get punished if you don't do your job. Period. Like this is the highest level of football, right? That's why I told everyone this competition is the most difficult competition to win.
Yeah.
You can't switch off. That Pep Guardiola has not won this competition since 2011, guys. 11 years.
It is very difficult to win. Very difficult.
It's a difficult competition to win. You can't switch off. If you switch off, you get punished. Look at Ajax today.
We'll talk about Ajax. We'll talk about them.
Yeah, it's just a spirit. Like I always say, this competition is a spirit competition, right?
Very
but
difficult.
There was no cutting edge. I think mine just huffed and puffed all night. They just gave you guys the ball where they wanted you guys to keep the ball. I don't know, man. Chimere, I don't know what next for your club. I really don't know. What can you guys do? For sure, go get a world-class manager somewhere. I don't know where you guys are going to get that next manager, because Ten Hag today also showed me, because I was purposely watching Ten Hag's team. He also showed me some form of naivety. In the way he managed Ajax against Benfica tonight. So my thing is,
if you park the bus against that Ajax team, you'll beat them.
No, but he will never park the bus.
No, he will never park the bus. It's not the Ajax style, right? They will always come out at you. But the thing is, can United actually build with Ten Hag? And will they be patient with him? Because it's going to be painful for the first 3-5 years with Ten Hag, but I think he will get it right. Oh, Ten Hag made no subs. Could you imagine?
But I don't know what, because with me, the reason why I lean more towards Pochettino is because he has more experience
in the Premier League.
He's Premier League proven, and what he did with that Spurs team
with no budget. Okay, go ahead.
And that Spurs team, he wasn't getting backed, and he was proving the players. And he has a track record from proving players, and also he has a track record of working with a difficult person like Levy. And he's patient.
But why would you guys want to make it difficult for him? Why don't you guys fix your top? Like, get a new director of football, get Pochettino in there, let them build a team. Because Pochettino can't build a team. My only problem with Pochettino is he bottles it when he doesn't react. He doesn't react, right?
Yeah.
And that's a big problem of Poch, right? He doesn't react when the other coach. I think coaches have even found out about him not being able to react. All these coaches know each other. They know what the other person's weakness is. Like, they change things up, and he just doesn't react. I think Pochettino is a safe bet. Short term, long term. But people want Ten Hag. But Ten Hag will take a while, because Ten Hag can play football, and Manchester United can lose 4-0, 5-0, right?
Will they be satisfied? That's what the problem is.
They want to win. They want to be like Man City and Liverpool, but they don't know Man City and Liverpool have world-class coaches. And
the problem is, can United be very patient enough? Because if the team are winning, they'll get frustrated. Their fans is very weird. Their fans is very, very weird.
Exactly. So they're not patient. That's the problem. Even with this guy, even with this guy, I'm not even saying Ole was a world-class manager, But you saw with Oli, you saw with Oli, okay. You saw with Oli with the players that were buying direction. You saw, okay, for the first time in a while, you could see there's a plan. There was a plan. You know what I mean? There was a plan. Young players were improving. Rashford was getting better. Greenwood was getting better. And then we went away from the plan and we bought Ronaldo, which is, you know what I'm saying? Which is which took us away from where we're going. It went into win now. When the team was not at that state to win now. And I feel like if we stuck to the plan we're heading at, I feel like we'll be fine. But now that we didn't stick to the plan, it's now we have to reset again.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for you guys to reset. Ask yourselves, first of all, what kind of football do we want to play? Do we want to play attacking possession based, high press football, or do we want to play counter attacking football? And then when you answer that question, you now be able to say, okay, from the current pool of players, this person can play pressing possession football, and this set of players cannot play that style. And then from there, you can now say, okay, you know what? Let's go get ourselves a director of football who can help us identify the kind of players that we need, in so positions to play possession football. And then also, then next you actually look at the coach, what coaches are available, what coaches can we get in that can play this type of football. You bring this in front of the coach before you even hire the coach to make sure that, hey, this is our plan. This is what we're trying to do 1 year, 2 years from now. Once you get all of that together, now you have your director of football with the coach, and then the plan to actually go get the kind of players you need. Of course, you'll be selling and weeding out those players you don't need. Probably every summer you sell 3 or you sell 4. You will be taking losses, but guess what? Gradually, you'll be building a team that can challenge, and come back to where you guys were before. The problem is they don't even want to start anything. They're not. They think everything will just happen by magic. They want to start the process from the middle. They've not identified, what do they want to do as a club? What football philosophy do they want to implement? And that's where the problem is.
Yeah. And you have so many, and the thing is, you have so many players with so many different managers and philosophies at this club. So, I mean, you have managers from different, you have so many players from different managers at this club. So it's hard to identify, So we've never. I mean, it's right. We never identify what we want to play. We've just hired managers and just bought players because we just want to speed up the process, win trophies now, and we're Manchester United, so we have to win the Champions League and Premier League now. But Liverpool went through a drought of years, but they were patient. They said, okay, Klopp is our guy. We trust in Klopp. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be patient and we're gonna build a team in his image and fits the players that fit his style. And it worked out. They were patient. They weren't winning trophies at first. But eventually it started working and it clicked. So
but the problem is can United find be patient enough? Because Liverpool were patient with the Jurgen Klopp, and because they know how good of a manager he is. Can they be patient enough?
That's the issue. United fans, they're not patient. That's the problem. They want trophies. Because they have this. We always have this arrogance. Oh, that we're Manchester United. We have to win. We have to win now. But at some point, you have to. You can't be. You know what I'm saying? You can't be foolish. You're competing against City and Liverpool. It's going to be hard to compete against two teams who have established world-class coaches and established clubs and have chemistry for years. It's going to be hard. So you're going to have to build your own team. So now when they start to decline, your team will not be the team. That's what you have to do.
And that's what Chelsea is actually looking at, right? So one of the reasons why we spent big, I think 2 summers ago, was we're actually trying to, project that in 3 years, this City and Liverpool team will probably start to decline, and from there we can take it on, right? So I agree with you. That's actually a good way to strategize. But the thing is, Manchester United have to first identify what they want to do. Do we want to play counter-attacking or going to play possession football? Nobody has been able to answer that question since Alex Ferguson left. What do you guys want to do as a club?
They just what they do is they just hire whoever they feel is, oh, this guy's a good coach, just hire him.
And you guys, to be honest, you guys have spent 1.2 billion pounds since Alex Ferguson left.
Yep.
Greetings. How are you doing?
Hey,
How
Kyle,
you doing,
what's up?
Oh no, long time.
Give me your
Oh,
take
Hades,
on
Hades,
Manchester
Hades.
divided. Give me your take on Manchester divided.
See, if there's any evidence that it doesn't matter how much more money you spend, if you don't have the right coaching, the right structure, you will struggle. This is it, right?
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's a case. This is a case study, correct?
I mean, you got Champions League Varane, you got Ronaldo, the GOAT, you got Sancho from Dortmund, you got
Pogba, the World Cup winner.
Yeah.
But guys, Ragni said the referee should have blown on Elanga. For me, that was not a foul.
No. People always forget that in the Premier League they officiate with partiality. In Europe, the European referees allow the game to flow. Like the game is so they blow it like an European match. It's different. It's not similar to how they officiate in the English league. And if you notice, most times, that particular action was not a foul at all. Go ahead, Kyle. Sorry.
No, I think you're right, Emmy, because in the Premier League they have your general referees who know the clubs that they like to back. We can give examples of the Carabao Cup final with Lukaku being offside, or the foot into what's his name's groin, Chelsea guy's groin.
Chaluban.
We know how these guys operate, right? We know what they do. Everybody sees it, but nobody calls it out because they want to create some kind of competition. But in Europe, you can't get away with that stuff. You just can't. It's just and they're the masters of Athletico, are the masters of deception. If you give them a goal ahead, they just kill the game completely.
They don't even play football anymore.
Funny thing is that I suspected that Athletico were going to win today.
I predicted. Remember when we did the prediction, I predicted 1-0.
There's one player I love there. That's John Felix. Absolutely love.
Oh, but that boy is a baller. That boy is a baller. Yao Felix. It's unfortunate that he's in Atletico and in Portugal, because if that guy was playing for the Brazilian team or was playing for Manchester City or even Bayern Munich, that boy is a ball. I don't even know why people are going for Haaland.
He's a baller.
Man, I'm telling Chelsea, I'm begging Chelsea, when we get our new owners, that's the guy we want. I beg that guy.
Okay. The funny thing about Felix is that for 3 years I've been chasing this guy. When Sane was going to leave, I was begging them to go after this guy.
If Atletico can do us favor and get Lukaku from us, I will go for Joao Felix.
That boy, they play ball.
I'll go for
and
Felix.
the ease,
the only problem
ease at which he carries out his game. And people will say, "Oh, he's not physical enough for the Premier League." Deco, was he physical? Was Wamata physical? All these, even Thiago Silva, not Thiago Silva and David Silva, were they physical players? But man,
that goal that they scored there, Emmy, that goal that they scored there was John Felix, right?
Oh he created that goal now.
You watch that the movement before the goal was 3 or 4 players moving in tandem. Without that movement, that goal doesn't get created.
No, yeah, he took 4 players out without back heel.
Out.
And as soon as he took those 4 players out, it actually opened, the way, and Griezmann made a fantastic cross from that right side, right?
I wasn't surprised. It didn't surprise me at all. United.
I called it the Atletico go through, but a lot of people were like,
I said 1-0.
Manchester United is in good form. I said the Champions League is not about good form. The Champions League is about getting it right on the night, right? Yeah. This is a competition that is a spiritual. I told people it's a spiritual competition. This competition is not I can play, I can dribble. This competition is, and on that night, will you show up? It's 12 nights of this competition is 12 nights to the final, right? Every of those 12 nights, you have to show up and you have to play as a team. I've never seen this competition being won by a team that just plays individual football or are not structured or are just, they don't have a pattern of play. No, I've never. Since I've been watching this competition since '89. I've never seen this competition being won by anybody that's been out of sorts. And Man United, they're far from it, man. They're far.
Yeah, they have some problems, man. It's
Where,
gonna be.
where
I
would
don't
you
know.
analyze their problems? Help Chimere. Where would you analyze their problems?
Chimere, I mean, I'm a
I think the number
problem.
one thing is
The number one problem I think you guys have is that what exactly do you want to play? What's your philosophy?
That's exactly my first question. Remember, I asked this question, right?
You know, what's your philosophy? Because let's say, okay,
counter-attacking? Are you
yeah,
possession? Are
let's
you
say you want to
counter-pressing? What are you trying to do when you have the
let's say you
ball?
want to be a counter-attacking team. Like you want to be a pure cup team. Design yourself to be a counter-attacking cup team. Okay, where you can go in, we know we're going to counter-attack you to death. Like Social last year when he was there. Away games now, he didn't lose one now. He won all the away games now for almost the whole year. Why? Because he defined what he wanted to do, is just counter-attack. The problem was when you're home, you can't counter-attack because you have the crowd behind you. They have to push the team forward. And so teams will find you out that way. But the way you can counter-attack people to death. So what do you want to be? Once you define what you want to be, then define the manager that's going to play that kind of way, get the players to play that kind of way, and then begin the process of doing that. You know, you can't be a counter-pressing team, try and play a 4-2-2-2 with Ronaldo as one of the pressers because he's 37. Enough you do down. That's why after 60 minutes, they go tire. Are you following me? You know, if you look at RB Leipzig, for example, they play that 4-2-2-2. They're counter-pressing. They're all young boys. Nkuku, young guy. Angelino, young guy. Haidara was there, young boys. Very, very young boys. They can do that. And on their given day, in a one-off game, they can destroy anybody. But in the league, they struggle because that system is very hard to play 38 games and win.
Yeah.
What's your philosophy? What do you want to do? I mean, United should not be eighth or sixth or wherever you guys are, and not be in the FA Cup, Champions League quarterfinal, or even competing for the league or top four.
Yeah, they're going trophyless this season. This will be the 5th season in a row. You've not won a trophy in 5 seasons, not even a Carling Cup.
like
Much
I feel like
much as I despise Liverpool, right? I mean, I despise them even more than United for me, right? I mean, when Klopp came in, they had a defined way that they wanted to play 4-3-3, you know, possession, pressing, getting pressing kind of football. It took time, but he had the philosophy.
He had a good director of football too in Edwards, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think with those two guys, they actually helped weed out the guys. Like I said, I told.
Oh God, guys! When I was Diego Simeone said this after the match, he said, "Well, and I quote, without Real Madrid super midfielder, Ronaldo would have never kicked out Atletico with his tappings. He is nothing without service, and today games prove it just like that. Wow,
wow, man, that's deep, bro. That is
Damn.
deep. Whoa, bro.
Wow,
man, that was deep. But if you look at it, it's almost a fact, right? What would Ronaldo be without Cruz, Modric, and
wow.
Casemiro?
Ronaldo Diego Simeone just said that. Damn.
Yeah.
Man, he's talking deep. That's deep, though. That's deep.
Damn. That's
But
deep.
it's a fact now. It's not a fact. I mean,
I think it's almost a fact, right? Because let's be honest with ourselves. If you look at all the 807 goals, apart from the ones when he started scoring, like in the last 6 years, 5 years, when he lost a yard of pace, man, it's not been a lot of dribbles and scoring, or it's been more of just tap-ins or through balls and lifting the ball over the keeper. He's not really scored any goal that you'd be like, and then headers too. He scores a lot of good headers. Well, I don't know. I think this is the end of. I think we'll stop talking about Ronaldo and Messi. This is the end of the era, man. The two of them are now in the quarterfinals. A lot of other players have stepped up and now actually driving, European and world football. I think for Diego Simeone to say that, I think it's from a bitter place too, because Ronaldo has caused him a lot of problems, in the past, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once he just turns his head, and he shouts at all the virus going in the air. Has no clue. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys.
It's
No
tough
worries,
right
no
now.
worries.
Chimere, what now? Where do you guys go next now? What is the next?
the next move now is for one now. When you hire a manager, you back him and you stick to the plan. Whatever he wants to do, whatever manager you identify, say, okay, this is our manager. This is our manager. And if he tells you this is what I want to play, this is my style, this is what I want to implement, you back him and you bring him the players. You first, I think some of these players won. I don't think, because United fans, some of them are over emotional. They want to. I think some of these players, you can't just sell. You have to give some of these guys a chance to see if they can improve their form with a new manager. You have to give them a chance. You can't just sell everybody. So get some of these guys, see if they can improve, and then the manager will see. The manager will first buy a couple of players, maybe buy 4 players in the summer. Don't go crazy. Buy maybe 4 players, and then next year you see, okay, next year you try to implement the style of play you want to do, and then that's when you start seeing, okay, this guy can fit how I want to play. This guy doesn't fit, because only you can see who fits is by them playing on the pitch. Because I say, like, if you ask me would Sterling have fit Pep style, people would told you, man, Sterling can't play in a Pep team. But look how Pep improved him.
Yeah.
So you have to give some of these players a chance first, see if they can improve with a new manager before we just start saying this guy. So just what I say is just whoever the manager is, back that guy. And when he tells you that I need this player for this season, you buy them or you try to buy them, and you stick with the plan. That's what you have to do. That's what we should have been doing. But we don't do that. We don't stick with a plan. We don't stick with it. We just 2 to 3 years sack this manager afterwards. Like I was saying with Oli, man. With Oli, you can see with Oli, like
I see the plan in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, yeah.
You can see there's a plan. Young players were playing better. Rashford was in good form. Greenwood was improving. Bruno was playing well. You know what I mean? This guys, even Shaw was playing very well last year.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Wan-Bissaka was playing well. There was a plan there, but now we fell into the trap. We started buying Ronaldo, and they're saying we fell into the trap of win now. Because this team can win the title. See, this is what I'm saying. We should have stuck to what we were doing before, and we should have bought a young player. What if we bought? Let's say, for example, instead of buying Ronaldo, we bought Camavinga instead. How do you think the season will go? I'm not saying Ronaldo's the issue, but I'm saying we should have stuck with the plan we were doing before, instead of trying to speed up the process. Because always trying to speed up the process, because always trying to cheat and go win the title immediately. No, build up a team first, build chemistry. All these Liverpool and City players have been building chemistry for years with each other.
For years, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You got to build chemistry first. You can't just And Ronaldo's the kind of player where you have to. He needs time to go into a team. Like you have to. He plays a certain type of way. So players have to be on the same pitch.
You have to feed him to score this goal.
You have to be on the same wavelength. You have to develop. You have to have that chemistry with him.
Yeah.
Like look, him and Marcelo had great chemistry because they were playing for years together. They knew where each other wanted to be. Him and Ever had great chemistry. But it's hard to just lump a guy like that in the team, like a young team like this that's still improving, and So I feel like we have to start now. We have to start sticking with a plan and stop trying to speed up the process. Just stick with the plan.
People want to talk about foot.
Hey, Abdullahi, can you play what I sent you just now on your Twitter message?
Okay.
I sent you something that Mourinho said 4 years ago. Until this day, it's still happening at Man United.
Okay, let me see.
The guy analyzed the whole Man United since 2013.
Hold on.
Mourinho probably is a prophet, though. He probably said everything. Everything we're talking about now, our bro stuck on 4 years ago.
The one about
even Mourinho though. He didn't remember. Even Mourinho, the team was getting better. We finished second, and they didn't back him the next year.
Nope, they didn't back him. He said it died
This is what Mourinho said.
in California.
Can you guys listen? Can you guys hear it?
Out in the group phase.
No.
2013. Out.
Yeah,
You can hear it?
very slightly.
It's
Make it louder.
Can't you play it? You can play it on here now. It's not copyright. It's not copyright.
It's not copyright.
No, it's not.
Okay. Hold on, let me show. Because YouTube are mad sometimes. They are stupid sometimes.
If it was, I won't send it to you.
Out in the group phase. In 2013, out at Old Trafford in the last 16. I was in the other bench. In 2014, out in the quarterfinal. In 2015, no European football. In 2016, comes back to European football, out in the group phase, goes to Europa League, and on the second knockout, out of Europa League.
Wow.
On 2017, play Europa League, win Europa League with me, and goes back to Champions League. in 2018 win the group phase with 15 points in possible 18 and loses at home the last 16. So in 7 years, with 4 different managers, once not qualify for Europe, twice out in the group phase, and the best was a quarterfinal. This is football heritage.
Yep. True.
No, well, the guy they prophesied there.
Yep.
Man, it's
I cannot believe what I hear just now. Football heritage? Wow. Wow.
I guess I mean, Jimmy, I feel. I mean, I know you're a United fan and everything. I kind of feel bad for you because I expected you guys to win today, man. Seriously.
I knew they're not gonna win because when I picked that 1-0, people were like, I knew because I knew Atletico is gonna come defend. I knew it. My mind was telling Atletico will come defend. They will come defend. They won't play football.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, at the end of the day, we have to just look at ourselves in the mirror, man, and just try to get better at the end of the day. No, you know what I'm saying? Even no more of this, we have to.
Yeah.
We don't have to stick with a plan, because you've seen what you've been doing the past couple of 9 years now. It's not been working. So you have to stick with a plan now. Even if you go trophyless 2 seasons, don't quit. And the fans have to be patient.
But that's where the problem is.
With the fans,
Gotta
be patient.
The problem.
They have to be patient, Abdullah. They have to be patient. They have to be patient. They have to be patient.
United want to win.
Fans do.
United
United fans aren't patient.
I don't think they'll be patient, and they want to win. They want to win.
It's always trophies because you see, because that's the thing. Even with that's why I was saying, even with Oli, you were seeing there was improvement. The team was improving, and then we started thinking. Then we fell for the trap of go win now, and we stuck. We went out of the plan, but you saw those improvements. We were getting out of. We were going to European. We're going to even though it's Europa League, we're going to Europa League finals, semifinals. We were getting to semifinals of cups. We're making top 4 consistently. That was way better than what we were doing before. But fans were like, no. That was like, let's win the league. Let's win trophies. We fell for that trap because the fans are not patient. If we instead of buying Ronaldo, if we buy another young player like Camavinga instead, who fits the timeline of our team. That's now we have a midfielder and it fills a hole for our team.
It's tough right now, man. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough right now, man. Very, very tough. So, Jimmy, let me ask you this question. Will you be happy not making top 4 and just maybe be in the Europa League and maybe like that would be a proper rebuild and just concentrate more on the Europa League and just like focus more on the rest of the league?
I mean, to be honest, it's going to be hard to make top 4. I mean, it's going to be uphill. And to be honest, I don't see how we can. I don't really see how we can make top 4 because we're not consistent. We don't go on runs. Like, when was the last time we won 3 games in a row this season? I don't even remember us doing it once. So, actually, no, we did it the first time. Actually, it was just the first week of the season. That's the only time we've done it.
Yeah,
that's it. We won 3 games in a row. So we don't go on runs. So I don't see us consistently picking up points for us to even get in the top 4. So next thing to do is, but not getting top 4 now it's going to be tough to get the players we want because if let's say Declan Rice is on the market now, it's between us and Chelsea. He'll pick Chelsea because Chelsea is in Champions League and he wants to play Champions League football. So, you know what I mean? So it's good tough now because the targets that we want is going to be hard for us to get them because they're going to want to play Champions League.
Yeah.
So that's the issue. We're not getting Champions League and you lose money to go after who you want.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. We have to, one thing for sure is we have to get a DM. We have to get a DM. We have to get somebody physical in that middle of the park. Somebody who can recover possession well and hold the ball.
But even if we're going to go upstairs now, who's going to be the manager coming in the summer? That's where the problem is.
I don't know, man. Like Ten Hag, I don't know, bro. The thing with Ten Hag is, I just can't see his philosophy with the players we have. I just don't see it. Like McTominay, all these guys playing possession based. I just don't see his philosophy. I think Pochettino more fits our team. Like I think Pochettino. I think Pochettino's better.
What?
Yeah, I don't see Ten Hag style. Like it's gonna be painful for the first couple of years if we try it with this team. Because his style is ultra attacking. So if we try to play his style of play without a good midfield, without a good defensive midfielder, it's gonna be tough. Because teams will just cut us open, So that's the thing. So for me, I'd rather have Poch. I feel like he's more balanced. I feel like he's more balanced as a coach. He's still high pressing. He starts to attack, but he's not as ultra attacking as Ten Hag. So I think he's better for our team, and he's good at developing players. Also, he's shown he can develop players and have them play to their full potential.
Yeah,
I think it's a good fit.
yeah, exactly. You're right. It's tough right now because, like we said, I don't think these United fans are kind of patient enough. Because if they are patient enough, I think you guys will succeed. It's all about being patient and like bringing the manager that's gonna create a philosophy, not the manager that's gonna come just win today. Someone that's gonna create philosophy for a very long time process. Then, when that happens, that will make it more work because now if the manager can create a philosophy for a very long time, it make it more easier for you guys to play your football.
Exactly, but that's the thing. We're just trying to create a philosophy and create a culture.
Yeah.
It's gonna be time. It's gonna take time. We're just gonna have to be patient.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to be patient. Fans are gonna have to know the first 2 to 3 years. Even if we go trophyless, it doesn't mean the manager isn't doing well, or the manager. As long as the team is playing better, as long as the team is playing better football, and if you see there's something building, that's all that matters.
That's the problem.
That should be all that
The thing
matters.
is, right? So the thing is, right? I think Manchester United fans are like, we have to still stay competitive, even though we are doing a rebuild. They'll point to teams like like City, like Chelsea, like even Liverpool was not competitive when they were rebuilding, but those two teams were always competitive even though they were doing rebuilds. Can Manchester United match that? And Manchester United has so much money, right? They have money. They can they generate a lot of money everywhere. The thing is, I just feel that they don't have the right football brains that are actually making that decision at the top. They just have a bunch of marketing brand managers, up there that just, they don't have a clue, where to get the scout. Most of them probably just read Twitter and say, hey, this guy is trending, let's look at him and see if we can bring him in. How much do they want? They don't really go out and say, let's get a profile of this player. What profile of players are we looking for our right back? For our right back, for instance, what profile of players are we looking for the left back? What profile of players are we looking for? What are the characteristics we're looking for in a midfield combination? Are we looking at players that can shoot, that can pass with both feet, that can dribble, that can drive with the ball? What are the metrics that they're looking at? These are the things that your director of football would solve. But the thing is, Darren Fletcher is a buffoon. He doesn't know anything about. I don't think he knows anything about football, though. He was not even a very intelligent footballer. How this guy is the guy making the decisions for Man United is beyond me. Man U is too big a club for Darren Fletcher. I think we need to start from there first. And I think that's where the first bottleneck is. Because any coach you bring in will struggle if the process of identifying the talents that he needs to improve the team is not there. Like they don't have a pool of players. They can say, hey, we're looking for a central midfielder that can pass, that can dribble, that has the height profile, that can actually, that can make those final balls, that's very consistent in making final balls. Who are the players that we can look at in Europe that we can buy? And which one gives us the best value from an age perspective? There's no conversations that are not happening in Manchester United. How do you want to build a team?
That is a tough act now.
Carl, all the things that they talk is not making sense.
No, not true. They talk. Not true. They talk. And Jimmy, when this last summer when they said that Varane was coming to United and Ronaldo was coming to United, and Sancho too, I was like, this is not Wala. In fact, I quote, my tweet was, Ronaldo will be the albatross that sinks Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Quote, end quote. My exact words. I think it was September, whatever, 15th or 20th. I quoted that. Why? Because That's the way Juventus no want again, where they cost them money. We be 37-year-old. How you want come Premier League, come begin run around, they press, they run around. Sancho, where we say every Champions League game, the guy they bottle up. This is for 4 years, he bottles Champions League games. In the big games, he doesn't show up. And I won't bring a come in a linchpin. Varane from Real Madrid, that we saw how he struggled in many games towards the end of his time at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
When I bring him as your number one signing for defender, why? What's be the plan around that?
I don't know who's making those decisions.
You know, if you're going to go young, right, with Rashford, with Lingard, all these boys where they run, Thierry.
Those guys are not good enough.
Yeah, but
compare Rashford right now, Compare Rashford to Yao Felix.
The guy's confidence don't take serious hit.
Because
Rashford has not been properly coached for 4 seasons or 5 or more.
No, but Rashford
has not been coached.
No,
Wan-Bissaka. I remember Wan-Bissaka. You know why they bought Wan-Bissaka? Because when Sterling played against him, he bought Sterling on that left and right hand side. After that, when he was at Palace, after those games, like, no, go get this guy. This guy can defend really well. Not knowing that Sterling is terrible on the left hand side. All of us know it. He's dog crap on the left hand side. He cannot play left side winger. It's not his favorite foot. So he will always struggle against a team that sit back and with a defender who has long legs like Wan-Bissaka can. Now we don't see even offensively, Bissaka not get that kind of creative potential offensively. And defensively, he was exposed last weekend, right? They basically put 3 versus 1 and killed him. So now they put Diego Dallo there. Where did Diego Dallo come from? You know, some club that nobody really knows. Is he good enough for United?
No.
They compare him to a Gary Neville and all these other boys we did it before. Paul Scholes. Is McTominay like Paul Scholes? You know, these are the issues that they need to sort out. You know, I think Jimmy, right? I think when I just got to sit down, rip up the book and start again. And they build small, the right players, the right coaching, the right philosophy, and start from there. Yeah, because if not, next 9 games, if I'm not careful, now Conference League, you know what I talk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, I don't see us getting to this. I don't see any way we get top 4. I just don't see it. We can't even win. It's hard. We struggle to win 2 games in a row.
I mean, there's still hope because you still have to play.
You know what's busting my head? All of a sudden, Manchester United fans are now pointing to Arsenal. Like, Arsenal shouldn't be your yardstick, though. Nothing. Arsenal is not close to Manchester United level ever.
But see how Arsenal did it the right way. They were patient with Arteta.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, they're patient.
Sure? Let me say this real quick, Chimere. The reason why Arsenal is playing well is because they are playing 2 games a month, 3 games a month. Wait until they start playing Saturday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Sunday, before you judge whether this team is good enough. They're doing well now, no doubt, but I will hold my breath until this time next year. If by this time next year with Champions League football, they are still pushing like this, let's have a conversation. Then maybe they did it the right way. But I will not use Arsenal as a yardstick as of right now because they have no other competition they are playing apart from the Premier League.
No, but now they're not the CL. They're now picking their money to add depth to their squad now to be able to compete in Europe.
Will they really be able to compete? Will Arteta be able to compete with the likes of Simeone, those kind of coaches, when he gets out of the group stages? I don't think so.
We don't know, but we have to. But for Arteta, though, I mean, for what Arsenal was, because Arsenal was like, we're in a really bad place now. We were just doing a full-on rebuild. And they didn't go because remember, people were saying, sack this guy, Arsenal finishing 8th and 7th. And they they stuck with the plan. They have a young squad. And now if you see players improving in the team, they didn't just say, we're 8th, let's get rid of Arteta. They knew, okay, this guy, whatever happens, this guy is our coach.
Yeah, coach, we stick with him, yeah.
And we're gonna improve, and we're gonna stick with him. The players he wants, if we can buy them, we buy them. If we can't, then we can't. But we're gonna the players he wants, we're gonna buy them. And you see players like Martinelli. This guy is improving. Odegaard is improving. You know, there's young players that are getting better step by step. So you can tell they're building something. Look at Barca, Xavi. You know, they had Xavi. See, Barca fans now know at this stage, it's not about winning La Liga or winning trophies. It's just about seeing the young players improving. It's a team playing better football. That's how you build something. It's not we're not winning trophies. Sack this guy. See, Man United fans, they're not patient. That's the issue. They want everything because they have this arrogance with Man United. We have to win trophies now.
No.
This is what I'm saying. You have to build something. You have to build up.
Chimig, I also think United fans are thinking about Chelsea because Chelsea does sack and go. So they believe the sack and go could also work for United too in terms of sacking manager. But Chelsea has an issue of doing that under Roman. Right now, Roman is not there anymore. So that sack and go will not work right now because Roman is not there anymore. It's not there anymore. It's not there. It's not gonna be there anymore. So that's what the problem is.
But even then, like, why are United fans using? Why are United fans using like Chelsea? Bro, Chelsea United are built two totally different ways. Chelsea is built in a way totally different. We're not a team built on second. We never had that history of second managers and doing that. We're built on stability. We're built on having a project. Ferguson's first 5 years at the club were not great, but they stuck with him. They stuck with him and it worked out because they saw Ferguson was our guy. They identified him. He's our guy. He did the stuff he did at Aberdeen. We think he has potential to be a great coach. He's our guy. We're gonna stick with him, get the players he wants, and we're gonna build something. And it worked out. We're not that kind of. United's never been that kind of team to sack a manager. Even Moyes didn't even get a chance to build his own team with his own players. He didn't get a chance because it wasn't working. So they just said, get this guy out. That's what I'm saying. So immediately the first manager you hired after Ferguson, you didn't even stick with a plan of what you wanted to do. The minute you weren't amongst the elites in European football, you just sacked them. So that's the thing, you have to build somewhere. You have to start from somewhere. You can't get impatient and say, oh, we're not competing for the Premier League after 2 years. We have to sack this guy. No, stick with him. If that's the guy you believe in, if you believe he's the guy that can win you trophies, stick with him and build and keep building.
Yeah. It's not easy at all, man. That's why I'm watching the clip now of the Harry Maguire headbutting Ronaldo for that goal. This Maguire guy, man, honestly, it's just,
Arsenal and United are more similar in terms of how club are run.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you gotta stick because you gotta stick with the way your club is run. You can't. Chelsea United runs all the different ways, so United fans can't use Chelsea.
You have to wait and see because we're gonna get a new one now. We don't know if the new one's gonna be run by maybe like the way Roman is being run. It's different. We're gonna wait.
Yeah, Chelsea are built on winning trophies. United are built on. I'm not saying we're not built on winning trophies, but United is built on stability. On you know what I'm saying? There's a way United is run. There's a way Barca is run. There's a way these clubs are run. And see, Barca started struggling when they started doing the whole method. They started second managers. They weren't building. They weren't sticking with a project because they're not run like that. When you start going away from the way your club is run, you start to suffer. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going away from the infrastructure. We're not built on sacking managers. Different manager every 2 years. We're built on having one manager and building something. That's what Ferguson was. Ferguson was there for his 20 plus years. So many years, one coach, and there were many years who went trophyless. Went trophyless how many years in that period, but they never sacked him. You know what I'm saying? So
people may say maybe that year you guys have David Gill and everybody, so it's easier for you guys, and there was more of more of a philosophy and there was more of stability in your team. Then ever since Ferguson left, it's been shambles upon shambles.
No, but Ferguson knew the team was declining. That's why he left. He was smart. He left when that's why he left at the time he left.
Yeah.
He knew, okay, I can get maybe one more run out of these guys. That's it. And that's the team do. That's why he won that's why he got Van Persie, because he wanted to go all in. He knew this team was declining. So he said, let me get Van Persie and go all in. This is probably the last run I can get out of these guys.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, I feel like even Moyes, like I said, Moyes, you said Moyes is the successor to Ferguson, But even Moyes, you didn't give Moyes a chance. You just sacked
You
him.
didn't give him the chance. You just sack him, yeah.
You didn't give him a chance to build his own team and get the players he wanted. So immediately you just and now he had a 6-year contract. So immediately you just went off the plan you built.
Yeah.
Immediately. So
Look at now. He's doing very well in West Ham now. See.
yeah, like sometimes it's not doesn't mean the manager is bad because the team is struggling. Sometimes it's just sometimes it's just the manager needs time to implement what he wants to in the team. Because even Guardiola's first season at City, it wasn't pretty.
It wasn't pretty, yeah.
It wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
But give him time.
You had to give him time, and when he got the players he wanted, now he was able to play the footy he wanted fully. And now the team improved.
Yeah. He even said that he thanks the club for it because he knows that other clubs would have been sacked, but to give him time, which is one of the reasons why he renewed his contract last year. So
Exactly.
because of the patience they gave him.
And it doesn't matter what Guardiola does, even if he goes trophyless, bro, they won't sack him because they have stability now. They know he's our coach. They know Guardiola is our coach no matter what happens. Like even if this guy finishes third, even if you guys finish third and go trophyless, he won't be sacked because like this is our coach. We believe in him, And
You know the coach. I think that will help you.
The other fans were throwing bottles and waters to Diego Simeone. What the heck?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
wow. And Lyle, this guy asked me if I would take Graham Potter.
Graham Potter, yeah.
Graham Potter, I don't know, man. I don't think he's the guy for United, man. I don't think he's the guy for United. I think we need more of a guy that's more like that has experience. Because the thing I've seen is, I think at United, you see how like at City, Pep is the coach, right? Pep is bigger than any player there. So no matter what happens, those City players know that if this club struggles, it's gonna be the management's gonna say the management's gonna say it's gonna look on the players, not on Pep. So these players know if the team is struggling, I could lose my job, but not Pep. You know what I mean? I could be the one gone. So somebody you look at United, all the managers they hired, they look at Ole, all these guys. They know, okay, if we don't perform, the manager will be sacked. They're not gonna look at us. But under Ferguson,
over Zidane or like Ancelotti, someone like that, right?
Yeah, like under Ferguson, those guys knew they had to perform because they didn't, they'll be gone, not him. So I think you also need to get a presence in there. Graham Potter, if you hire Graham Potter, it'll be the same thing again. There's gonna be 2 to 3 years. Maybe we play good, then eventually he's gonna be sacked because the players are gonna, when he's gonna be the one that's gonna get blamed.
Yeah.
Because, I think we need to hire a guy that has a command, like a guy that has a little bit of more command, and a guy the management identifies and says, no matter what, the management needs to go to the place and say, no matter what happens, this guy is our guy. So I don't care if the team finishes 6th. If he's our guy, so either you learn to play the way he wants to play, or you're gone.
Okay. And I think what United fans also need to forget about English agenda. This English bias I hate it a lot. It pisses me off a lot because most of the pundits don't even know anything, but they only go to the pundit and say bullshit, bull crap, rubbish upon rubbish upon rubbish. They really don't have the football. They just come out and spit out rubbish. That's what United fans are. They have been acting on what the pundit are saying and they hacked on that. And it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You need a manager who's gonna, whatever the pundit say, we don't care. All we care about is all about what is going on in the club and the footballing aspect. Whatever the pundit say, we don't care about it. That is the manager you need. Someone that can like, whatever you get, because when Pep Guardiola came, people are like, can the tiki-taka football work in England? Let's see. Pep Guardiola put them wrong. He came in the first season. It's like, you see what I was saying? The second season, Pep came in and he bought his own player. Look at it now. Look at what Pep is doing now.
But see, Pep is that kind of manager where like, bro, he's like a Ferguson where like he's bigger than the club itself. You know what I mean? So it's like, no matter, you're saying like Pep is City. When you think of City, you think of Pep. You know what I'm saying? So like, but when you think of United, you think of players, not a manager.
Yeah.
Like, when you think of Barcelona, you think of, in the old days, you think of Messi. When you think of City, you think of Pep. So Pep has that much power to the point like Pep was benching Aguero, the all-time scorer for City. And it's like, well, yeah, it's Pep, so Pep can do it. If it's any other manager, they're not going to be able to get away with that. But it's Pep, so Pep can do it. Because he's on that level where we trust this guy because he's proven it. His track record, his results show that he's earned that level of trust. Like Ferguson, like Pep is the modern day Ferguson when you think about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like as in this guy Ferguson, I told a prime David Beckham. get out of here. Get out, man. You know, and you know, if that's any other manager that's saying, "What are you doing? You're getting rid of the best player on your team." He said, "No." I said, "I don't want this. This guy's not fitting into my plans. He's not gonna work with me, so he's gone. Simple."
Joe Hart.
You know, and this is what. And I remember a game Ferguson before Aston Villa. He said, "No, this was before the Ferguson. This was before the first game of the season. This was Van Persie's year, the year we won the league of Van Persie." He said, he told players, "Bro, I don't care if you don't pass the ball to Van Persie. You're not playing in this game in this team. You're not
for
playing."
real?
Yeah, he said, "If you don't pass the ball to Van Persie, you're not playing in this team."
Oh wow, that's Alex Ferguson, I guess.
Yeah, that's Alex Ferguson. He said, "If you're not passing the ball to Van Persie," because he said he knew Van Persie's goals.
Guys, let me get my food after that. I'll be back.
He identified. He said the best way for us to win the league is because that's when our midfield started to decline. So he's like, the best way for us
I
to win
think
the
you
league
guys just have Carrick then, right?
Yeah, Carrick and Scholes. You know, Scholes is age. He was aging. He was like 36, 37. So he
I
wasn't.
think you guys went to bring Scholes out of retirement because you guys didn't trust Pogba, right?
No, cleverly.
Was he cleverly?
Oh no, yeah, Pogba. I don't know if he didn't trust Pogba. I think Pogba. I think him and Fergie had a problem. I don't know if he didn't trust him. There was something there between them. I don't know, you know, because Pogba was highly rated.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
But there was something there.
Highly rated for sure.
I think Fergie wanted more first team opportunity, but this guy Ferguson wasn't willing to give him that immediately. You know, so I think he moved to Juve because Juve was able to guarantee him immediate first team opportunity. But yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying. You need that kind of manager where they look at this guy and it's like, well, no matter what happens, this guy will be here, so I have to do my job, or else I won't be here. You know, when you have a manager with that much power, it makes you, because Liverpool and City have that kind of manager where no matter what happens, that manager isn't going anywhere. Like, so the players have to perform because there won't be any, this manager will be sacked. No, it'll be on them. You know, when, for example, like let's say City struggles, and De Bruyne is having issues with Pep. De Bruyne will be the one that will be gone, not Pep.
Oh yeah, De Bruyne is gone in the summer. He's gone. Like Leroy Sané, right? Leroy Sané is very talented. He was young. We started having issues with Pep, and he was gone. And he was gone after his Achilles injury healed. He was gone.
He was gone immediately. Just like wasn't it, David Beckham and Ferguson. Ferguson was having issues with Beckham. And Beckham was very good at that time, you know. That was Beckham's prime, and he was just gone. Ferguson said, "This guy's gone," you know. But other managers, they can't do that. So like,
no, you know why? And those coaches, if you notice, they are very successful with those clubs, right? When they make those kind of decisions, you know why? Because everybody else, it pours, it filters into the entire dressing room, right? The entire dressing room now knows, okay, this guy is not playing, right? It's either we play for him or we go look for another club where we're going to be playing, right? So, and that's if the coach has the backing of the club, right? If you remember the Tuchel and Lukaku issue, right? The Lukaku situation this summer, where Lukaku made that interview and all kinds, and he was out of form. Man, the club told Lukaku, bro, we ain't sacking Tuchel because of you, man. You will be gone. You will be gone.
And that's the way to do it. You know, whoever the next manager is, United needs to say, to the players, whatever happens, this guy will be here. He will be here. So either you fit his style or you go. It's simple.
Exactly. And I think that's what, like, but you can't do that unless you define your playing style, right? And that's where the issue is. Like what me and Carl was saying, if that doesn't happen in United, we'll just all be rambling around, but it's not going to go anywhere. Yeah.
Because I think if this guy Ragnick was the full-time job, I think he would do that. I think he would look at the players and say, because he seems like a guy that has a good eye for talent. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think he would identify. He'll say, okay, this player is not fitting my style. They'll get rid of him. But the thing is, he's not going to be the full-time manager. He's just interim manager. So, but I think hired him. I think the plan is to implement high pressing. But when I see the team, I don't see high pressing. I don't see it.
They can't press. United has the lowest out of the 20 teams in the Premier League. United has the lowest defensive press action in the opposition half. they are ranked bottom, even below Burnley, Watford, teams Norwich, and that's not good enough. And United also ranks like 18th or 19th in terms of sprints per game. Man, it's like people are not doing the basic. Like, and if you're not doing the basic, how do you want to win a football match? It's just like you're saying, "Oh, my name is this. Guess what? I'll beat you guys, but I don't have to do anything." No, you have to put in the work. That's the same problem that is happening to PSG.
Yeah, like that's why for me, I can't really put it much on Ralph because it's just a tough situation for him. It's just hard. It's hard for any coach to thrive in this situation.
That PSG case is a basket case.
Oh, that PSG thing is
It's a basket case, man. I mean, seriously, man.
This PSG thing, man, there was no reason for them to lose that match at all.
There's none at all.
I think just the players. Something is wrong with the players mentally, man. Something's not right there. Like they just collapse. They just collapse.
PSG has something. They're different entity entirely. They're different entity.
It's mental. It's not even with them. It's not even like because when you watch them play, look at against Madrid, bro. In the first half, they're playing very good football. They are playing them.
Yeah,
it's mental with them because when a team, I think when Madrid scored that first goal, it started becoming mental because they started making mistakes. They started making blunders that they weren't making before. Because when they were up 1-0, they were comfortable. They were stroking the ball around. Neymar was doing back heels. They were they're having fun. Then once Madrid scored and they're under some pressure, they started collapsing.
I don't understand PSG. PSG is something. PSG is like, I don't know.
No, I can't really put that on Poch, man. I think that was on the players.
I don't really blame Poch. Do I blame Poch on this?
Not that one. I can't really blame that. I think it was on the players because all the goals were just mistakes.
Yeah, it was. PSG is fond of that. Every season they flop. They flop.
PSG, man, I don't know, man. These guys, I don't know what they need to do, bro. Because Mbappe is leaving, and you're stuck with Messi. You're stuck with a 35-year-old Messi, and Neymar was turning 31.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like they missed their chance, man. That final loss to Bayern when they missed those chances.
That was their chance.
That was their chance to win the CL, man. They're gonna regret that.
And they were saying Tuchel is a bad manager, and Tuchel left now. Look at the way they are.
Teams like PSG, they don't really understand this competition, right? They think, oh, you know what? We're all superstars. They look around the dressing room. Oh, we're all superstars. Look at you. Oh, you're all superstars. Guess what? We're just gonna show up and we're gonna go to the final every year. This tournament is no joke. You cannot just show up. You'll get smacked. Like, and it's going to take them a while to get back to the final because everybody's trying to get. Like I said, this tournament is 13 matches, and in 13 matches, you got to win it. You have to be strong in the last 7 matches, right, to be able to win it. So, yeah, PSG still it's a mental. Is it just a mentality? I think it's also a culture. It's cultural. It's cultural and systemic because why I say it's cultural and systemic is they've had all kinds of players, superstars, all kind of, they've spent more than what Man City has spent in their club too. Although Man City at least are showing more progress, than PSG in terms of who will win it first.
Mm-hmm.
But PSG is so far away. They think they can buy, Messi, they have Neymar, instead of building a solid team, they want to go the superstars route. Well, let's just remember the Galacticos, when they were all formed in 2000, after 2002, they didn't win the Champions League. They always got knocked out. Why? Because you cannot defend with 7 players or 6 players in a Champions League knockout game. It's not going to work. You need everybody putting in their shift. And PSG just thinks, oh, you know what? Neymar and Mbappe and Messi can just stroll around the park, and they will just win. It doesn't work that way.
Well, that tells you about I mean, the people who are, Leonardo and the people who are buying these players, right? Clearly, they don't understand football. Or how to
No,
win
they
a tournament.
don't.
They
Yeah,
don't.
they don't. They don't. They don't.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't even think for them, like I don't know why PSG won't even fall off. I don't even think they needed to go and get Messi. Like they just needed to make their whole team stronger.
You know
so
why?
they
Chimere,
can
you know why?
add-
Chimere, you know why? They got Messi? Because it's Qatar hosting the World Cup. And the whole branding, the whole noise about the World Cup from Qatar, PSG equals Qatar, Qatar equals PSG, that's all part of it. Right? If you fly on like Qatar Airways, it's like I went to Nigeria recently for Christmas, right? So we use Qatar Airways. When you go on the plane, you see commercials of Messi and Neymar and Lewandowski and all those guys on the plane itself. There's all the branding and the marketing. I'm sure during the World Cup time, you're going to see all those guys on show. Come November, December time frame. They're going to pay them. So it's all part of it. So once the World Cup ends now, watch what's going to happen to those players and the club.
Oh yeah.
Because being sports,
the value is going to drop big time.
yeah, and being sports right now, they don't carry La Liga anymore in the US because they popped out. Just all their presenters are leaving being sport. Roy Hudson,
Going to ESPN.
Yeah, Ray Hudson has left. Yeah,
they're all leaving. All they carry is French league. Nobody watches that shit.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, for PSG, I agree.
Let's talk about Ajax. Benfica.
Yeah, Ajax,
I did not believe Ajax lost.
Ajax scored the most goal in the group stages in this tournament.
And they
One
lost.
person that never believed in them was Blue Eyes. I swear.
Yeah.
Blue Eyes kept saying, "Amy, watch out for these Ajax. They're just showboating, man. When it's time to be called men, you'll find out they're boys. And man, today they just hopped and popped.
I said I have to give him credit. He said it. It was spot on about
it. Blue Eyes never gave Ajax a chance, And let me not lie, Ten Hag had no solution. I was shocked. He had nothing. See, that's why you see all these coaches that just have one philosophy, like Sarri, Ten Hag. They can't change things around. They don't, they don't know how to react. Yeah, unfortunately, they'll meet teams like this, like this Benfica. Like last year, Chelsea met a very rugged team in Porto. That same Porto knocked out Juventus, right? Porto is hyper, very effective team.
We played them now. We played them in the group stage last year. I remember.
Yeah. You guys didn't beat them too, right?
We drew one and we beat them once. Difficult game. Well, 0-0 and 3-1.
Very difficult team. The same team with this Benfica team. Very difficult. And Ten Hag could not do anything. That's why I said, are you sure this is the guy Man U wants? Like, is this the guy that will take Manchester United to the next level? I don't think so.
It's a difficult discussions, man.
I don't think so. Because in the Premier League, this guy will be found out after the 10th game and he might struggle for the rest of the season. He might even finish mid-table.
They'll go Pochettino because that's what they know him already.
I think they should go Pochettino. He's a safe bet.
What will happen, Chimere, is I think you're going to get Harry Kane this summer. I strongly believe you're going to get Harry Kane.
Yeah, I'm young in that news.
Remember I said this like a month ago. I told you about a month ago.
Yeah.
But, last week we talked about
it. Last week, he said that Kane is going to go to United.
If that was me, man, I wouldn't. I think that would be a bad move for United.
Why?
Because one, it's going to cost a lot of money. Two, he's getting old. He's getting old, and he's honestly he's in decline. He's getting old and he's in decline. He's not the same Harry Kane he was before. He's getting, and three, I'd rather get a younger, like who I want to get.
Yeah,
I'd rather get this guy at Leipzig in Kunku. He'll be cheaper. He's younger. He has faster. He has more energy to press and implement the system we want to play. And he's clinical also.
Yeah.
And he's gonna.
And looking at today's game, Shimiri, I think the problem with United is that they are sometimes afraid. Like the second half today, right? That second half was terrible. First half was great. You guys did well. You're lucky many times, but you did well. You pressed them hard. You created chances. You almost scored many goals, right? Keeper had to save goals. But the second half is as if you are afraid to concede, and so you kind of are in like gear 2, not trying to get to gear 3. There's a sense of, we don't want to lose a goal. We're not too sure about the back, so let's not go for it. Let's not try. I mean, like today, you didn't really have a high line like that, right? It's almost like had a mid block, offensive play. You don't really have a high line. Like you watch City or Chelsea United, City, Chelsea, or Liverpool, they have a high line almost to the halfway line. When they're dominating, they push you all the way back, right, to your box. I didn't see that from you guys today. I didn't see that today. Maybe because you're not comfortable with your back four, or I didn't see that. I don't know if I'm the only one who noticed that, Emmy.
I think
Yeah. So that's also very true. So at some point, like I said, I wasn't sure. United was playing, Atletico, half field, right? The thing was, when Atletico wins the ball back, United was not actually pressing them and forcing them to make errors. If you look at that goal,
it was from
if you look at the goal that if you see the goal that Atletico scored, they forced Elanga, to lose the ball, and as soon as he lost the ball, boom! It was 2 touches, and the ball was with João Felix.
Yeah, they knew what to do.
The ball got to João Felix, he knew that Griezmann was going to run ahead of him. The question is, in United, who is running ahead of Ronaldo? Who are those players that should be running ahead of him? Because the ball to feet is so easy to defend. It's too easy. So easy.
Yeah.
Because if I'm a defender, I know you guys must give the ball to Ronaldo. I'll just keep blocking him or shoving him up the ball.
I didn't defend that. He had the massacre today. Jimenez. Is that his name? Or say Jimenez. He had the one.
That guy is good.
He kept that one out today.
It's just his injury records. Well, that guy is a rock.
Yeah, he kept another out today. He kept him out.
Because you saw it, because you see today, like even what Emmy is saying, we see today. If you saw the times players, there was miscommunication. Like I saw sometimes Bruno was trying to pass to somebody, and await the pass where he's expecting somebody else to be, and then somebody else would either stop the run, or there was miscommunication, as in they thought Bruno was going to pass it this way, and he passed it the other way, And there are times players were making runs and they didn't receive the ball. So it's like this one time, what's this guy Dilutes shot the ball, and Elanga was wide open with space on the right hand side, and he shot the ball. Why take a shot there? Why let Athletico off the hook? It passed the ball to somebody in space and put more pressure on the defense.
Yeah.
Why take a shot and let them off the hook when you're putting them under pressure? That's the thing. That's why I don't get. That's how you see these teams like Liverpool and City. They break you down because they don't let you off the hook. Yeah. They'll take a shot if it's there, but they'll work the spaces and work the space until you lose concentration.
Yeah.
And then once you lose that moment of concentration, there's somebody at the back post or somebody's free. And that's how they score. But see, with us, we're just always we rush things. We don't build up goals well.
So that brings me to another thing, right? The build-up play in United. I don't understand what they're doing. Like, doesn't Ragnick coach these guys? Like,
yeah. I don't see that.
It's pathetic. Is it that United is uncoachable? Because like I've seen how many coaches come through, and every time De Gea has the ball, he hops the ball up. And even when he doesn't hop the ball, there's no pattern of build-up play that is trying to be done by the United team from defense to midfield. Is it that they don't have the confidence that they can do it, or what? Is it a personnel issue?
I think to your point, I think if you watch, I know how Chelsea build up, right? I know exactly how Chelsea build up. When the goalkeeper has the ball, I know exactly how they build up, right? Through the wing backs, through the center, and then transition to the front three, right? Very clear. I know how City build up, right? City build up with either the back in the 3-box-3, the 3, and then the 2, and then they build up to the front 3 or 5 or so.
Front 3, yeah.
But United, it's hard to understand how they build.
Yeah, exactly. That's my problem. This is my problem. They were all working. No one was even pressing at all.
But the upside, Chimere, is the fact that even with all this palabra, right? Okay, you're not in Champions League, right? You still have the squad for the most part to at least challenge for fourth if you have the right manager. Are you following me?
United cannot just be challenging for fourth, man.
I know. So they need other players to enter the
So the big thing is right. Let's see. If you ask me, give Ragnick the director of football. Let him be the director of football. Let him weed off these guys, because right now he has first time info of your entire team. He knows everything about everybody. There's no dynamics he doesn't know, right?
Yeah.
Having been there for the last 4 months. Let him make the football decisions as the director of football, and then go get a coach that can implement his ideas. Ragnick has done this for Red Bull successfully, and I still believe that this guy, he knows where talent is. I can bet you that the reason why United is not playing the way they should be playing is because this guy knows that, man, it's a waste of energy trying to get this guy, to play the style of football he wants to play.
This way, and for me,
because what do you think about that, Chimere?
No, I think Rangnick has a role though. I think he has a role when it comes to that. I think he's gonna have a role when it comes to that. I think that's part of the contract. But I think that's where I works, because now he's seen firsthand. Okay, this is what this team lacks.
Yeah.
And this is what, okay, do we have these kind of players? And I'm like, okay, this player I can keep him. This player is doing well, because we say a lot of these players are, because we say like Bruno, Bruno loses the ball a lot, but how do you know what I'm saying? But I watch him, and maybe he's, because I remember against City, like when they're talking to each other, but you can lip sync, you can hear what they say, like you can read the lips. Like he was talking to De Bruyne, and he was saying in the City game, I'm making runs, but these guys are not passing the ball, like, and I'll be through on goal. So maybe what I'm saying, like maybe Bruno is making runs, trying to pass the ball, but players aren't intelligent. Players aren't on his wavelength, because I'm seeing a lot of these things, and these players, it's just the IQ is lacking, like.
I think it's the ball
decision making is lacking. Like,
okay, did you see that goal that Atletico scored today? Do you see Man U scoring that kind of goal?
Rarely. I've seen it like I've seen it sometimes. Like sometimes we have this, like, that's the annoying thing. You see it sometimes, you're like, okay, this guy's can have some quality, but the issue is you don't see it consistently enough. It's in teams like City and Chelsea, Liverpool, you see that all the time. You see these players. Okay, these players are intelligent. With United, you see just moments of brilliance. Like you just see it sometimes, but you won't see it consistently.
The problem is, do you think it now becomes a problem in the general scheme of things? I think that's when it becomes a real blowout, because you don't even want him to get to that level. This summer is the most important summer for Manchester United, because they need to get it right.
We have to.
We say this every year about the most important thing.
This summer is no joke. If they don't get it right this summer, it's a wrap.
And this is what I've said to United fans, man. When it comes to money, man, either way, if you're spending 40 million on a player or you're spending 80 million on a player, you're still spending money. What I would say is, if you certain this guy is the guy that can improve your team, if you scouted him, you're like, this guy, we must have him. If you think, then buy him. Just like Liverpool was like Van Dijk, this guy, we know we have to get this guy. We know he can improve our defense. He can change our team. And yes, they overpaid for 75 million was a lot, but they got him. But we have to do proper scouting. Proper scouting.
Another thing, Chimere, is this, right? And this is where people will say, hey, even if you buy a Van Dijk kind of player, you need to still coach him. You need to still guide him. That's the problem with Manchester United. They went to buy Varane and just thought, oh, he'll just automatically make us better. They bought Maguire. Oh, he'll automatically. These guys need to be drilled on what the team is looking out to do when they have the ball, when they don't have the ball, how they read the game. Do you think Ruben Diaz is not being coached? Of course, Pep is coaching him. All those guys are being drilled. They cannot, if they make a mistake, Pep is going to call it out. The thing is, who is taking out accountability in Manchester United right now?
No one.
That's where the problem is, because you cannot just go by ready-made players and say, oh, Alex Ferguson, he coached that team. That team was built from, is it 92 or 94? All the way,
It was built
those
from the
guys
ground
were
up.
being coached every season, like non-stop. And they kept improving until they all became world-class at the same time. And we could see the fruits. Yeah, right? So I think that's one aspect that is not being done in Manchester United currently. I think that's an ideology that you could just buy a ready-made player and he will just fit the bill. No, you still need to get the guy to be coached.
To be coached, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next one.
Mhm.
Emmy, we're gonna talk about him. We're gonna talk about it. The Chelsea takeover. Give me your take.
The Chelsea takeover. Oh well, I mean, it seems like a moving. It's like a moving. What they call it now? A moving target. It's like non-stop breaking news.
I just said
All
the news that the Turkish guy that wanted to buy Chelsea, that woman that just landed in Turkey, that the guy said he's gonna come back possibly tomorrow or Thursday to buy Chelsea again. Maybe it might succeed. I don't know yet because
Yeah,
there's a little.
I don't know, but the thing that we found out today is the Rain Group, which is the merchant bank, which will be in charge of selling the club and doing the whole process of actually selling the club,
Mhm.
is still taking bids, and the bids are still on till Friday. Friday is the last day for
Last day,
bids
yeah,
to be accepted. Now
exactly.
the process is, after the bids have been analyzed by the Rain Group, they are going to choose who is going to be based on their criteria. They have different metrics. One of the criteria is there is no borrowing of money to submit a bid. So
Yeah.
if you use hedge funds or you borrow money from wherever, it's not going to work, right?
Mhm.
They're very, very specific that it's cash basis only. They need to see the raw cash. And then also another very stringent measure is they want to see proof of cash. They want to see proof of how the money was made. Like they don't want to hear, it's being money laundering or something. No, that is also a very good one because it helps to solve, the verification or validation of the particular bid. Now,
Basically.
another thing is, after all that, they also want to see the plans, short-term, long-term plans that the bidder has for the football club. What are the short-term plans? What are your long-term plans? How do you intend to increase or generate revenue? How do you intend to be profitable? All those things. How would you manage the different aspects of the football club, the women's team, the youth team, the first team, the under 23? All those things, they will have you, as if you're submitting a bid, you have to come up with your strategies, and the strategies you have to come up, of course, with proof of how you want to implement, right? So it's a rigorous process. It's, at the end of the day, it's not the most popular person that you're hearing on Twitter that's paid Matt Law and all those British guys. Hey, just no, there is no such thing as a leading bid until all the bids are analyzed based on the metrics and criteria that the Rain Group has put together. Now, another thing that we found today was the Rain Group is the decision maker. They are the
Not the
ones
government. The
saying
government has stepped down. They've
this
stepped back.
is who is going to buy this club based on XYZ ABC reasons, right? And at the end of the day, they're going to bring out a full report on the
Reason.
reasons why they made this this
Decision.
decision. So it's a very transparent process, but I think the journalists, a lot of them, especially those in Telegraph, are just, they're all over the place and just saying all kinds of things to kind of, trigger the fan base, or, spark up, some kind of enmity everywhere. I think this is very, the process is very straightforward. The government all the government needs to validate with the Rain Group, which of course is an American merchant bank. Here, it's actually an investment bank, right? They do large, takeovers and and deals in this kind of magnitude. So this is not their first, their first rodeo. at the end of the day, the government just wants to make sure that none of the money that is, from the proceeds of this sale is given to Roman. Roman is not taking a penny, right? So the proceeds of this deal will go to the UK government, and from there they can choose what they want to do with it. But the thing is, the Rain Group holds the decision making on choosing who becomes the next Chelsea
The
owner.
next Chelsea manager.
I think that's very important to point out. Everything else people making around is just noise. It's just so much noise. And to me, I don't know, but if you ask me who I prefer, I know that this process is very rigorous, and I know at the end of the day, I think the better, the best bid will win. I like the Saudi bid because those guys are the Saudi guy is he's a Chelsea fan, right? He, of course, that Saudi media group is not affiliated to the Saudi government in any way, which is a big thing. It's not affiliated. It's its own entity, and and that's those are things that people and then also today the sports minister in the UK actually verified or validated that the Saudis are a very key strategic partner of the United Kingdom, and in terms of sports, in terms of so many parts of the economy are intertwined now. So that takes away all the fears that the Saudi bid would not be
Accepted.
which will not be accepted. I think a lot of crap has been thrown in the internet. Like if you just Google it, you see a lot of false information. But meanwhile,
a lot of fake news, man, out there.
A lot of fake news. Anybody that has seen a bid or that has seen acquisition or that has gone through the acquisition process, even if it's a small mom and pop shop, everybody knows the process. Those people know this kind of process, right? It's not like what they are making it to be on social media or these journalists. So yeah,
I don't take Twitter seriously, by the way. There's just too much foolishness that's going on, but yeah, anyway, I gotta run, man. I gotta get some rest.
Take care, Carl. Take care. Thank you so much.
God bless you guys.
Yeah, because Emmy, when I was reading this, I was like, hey, what these people? Because people they wanted to bid into the American owners. Like American owners can because you have to build the stadium yourself to like renew contracts, give players wages, also compete also in terms of buying compete also with either Man City, Real Madrid, and Co. But the problem is there's something called sustainability. If we can't have that sustainability, we're gonna have a problem. That's
the American that's the Dodgers guy, the Swiss guy, and the British real estate guy. Their bid is currently 1.7 billion, and they are $800 million. It's 800 million pounds less than the current top bid, which is the Saudi group, which have dropped 2.7 billion, right? So 2.7 billion definitely, and then with all the all the things that they also added to it, all the things that they're trying to, their strategies, you can play in, you can key into their strategy of why they are looking to actually purchase the club and their dreams for the club going forward. So I've not seen anything from the American, British, and Swiss, bid. I don't even know if they've dropped a bid. Like I don't think.
I think somebody said they already dropped the bid already.
I don't know. Okay, if they dropped the bid, how much did they drop the bid for? Because so far their bid has been rejected twice. It was rejected twice last week, right? So this week, I don't know if they've dropped another new bid. If they have, did they increase their offer? What did they add to the former bid that'll make it more competitive? And I think that's where nobody will know all this apart from the Rain Group. And I think they'll do their whole proper, their proper analysis and stuff. So yeah, I'll try. All these other guys, this Matlaw, this Telegraph guy.
Matlaw has even deactivated his Twitter account for the main.
Oh, he has.
You can't even message him or send him a DM.
Yeah, because I'm sure people are sending him
people have been cursing him a lot. He has been blocking some people. He has been blocking some Chelsea fans a lot. They've been cursing him abusing him, throwing shit at him a lot. Like,
Yeah,
he
but the
doesn't-
guy brought it upon himself, right? You
Yeah.
can't just see. Chelsea's a mob, man. They are the mob. That's a fan base that was built out of siege mentality, right?
Yeah.
Those most of the fans in Chelsea are Chelsea fans because they love to be like, hey, it's the world against us. That's what they've always known. So
Mhm.
if you come up with negative stories multiple times, and and then you're biased in your reporting of their news, yeah, they're gonna come for you. You have to be objective.
Yeah.
One of these media
I
guys,
don't even think Manutd is a Chelsea fan. He just being
no, he's an Aston Villa fan.
he's spreading bullshit out.
No, he's Aston Villa. He's an Aston Villa fan. All right,
See.
so yeah, he's from the Midlands.
So that's the reason he's been spreading that bullshit out. Like,
Yeah, let me allow Wilton talk about
Wilton.
Manchester United.
give me your take on Manchester divided.
Oh my God, Abdullahi, bro. Honestly, bro. Since we're on YouTube, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it PG-13. But my God, bro, these bum United, bro. They had one job to kick the guy that killed football for me, Simeone, out the Champions League, bro. They couldn't even do that, Abdullahi. Just one simple thing, bro. Just one simple thing, Abdullahi. They couldn't even do that, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. This United team, man. We're talking about PSG needs surgery. These guys, who needs more surgery? United or PSG, by the way? Which team needs more surgery?
I think United they need overhaul. I think PSG needs surgery. It's a mentality surgery they need.
Oh my God, United, man. United, they had all this, but see, this game, this is why I always tell people possession is the most overrated stat in football. You can have the ball, but if you're not putting that ball in the back of the net, it's nothing. United had all this possession, nothing to show for it. They didn't even create a lot of chances, honestly. I don't even think Oblak has. I know people say, oh my God, Oblak is back. Let's be real. Did Oblak really have to make an important save today?
He
The
did,
one,
he did. Yeah,
the,
he did.
no, I know you're going to say the Ilanga save, right?
Elanga said, but the other
That
one
wasn't
he
even really a save
the
because
one
it
he made from the midfield that he punched out.
the ball hit him in the face. He didn't even mean to
Apart
do
from
that.
that one, there's one he made in the second half.
But
That he punched out.
honestly, like every time United had the ball attacking, you didn't feel like they were gonna score. Like I don't know if you guys did, but every time they had the ball, like if you're an Atletico fan, honestly, you were probably so calm. You didn't feel like they were gonna score. They ain't really doing anything. And Ronaldo, the last few seasons with Juve, the way he beat Atletico was pretty much a leg we saying, okay, we have this amazing specimen as an athlete. They just spam crosses to him in the box, and that's what happened. That's literally how he scored both goals against Atleti in the comeback. Both goals were off set pieces, like a corner kick. And they couldn't even do that. They couldn't even.
Do you know what Simeone said about Ronaldo today?
What he said?
Oh no, I'll let Abdullahi read it. Abdullahi read it out.
Yeah, the second team they only said in Madrid they had a very good midfielder in Madrid. That was the reason Ronaldo scored a lot of tapping. But today there's no midfield. There was
What about Juve? How did Ronaldo do that hat trick against him in Juve? Simeone, like, come on. This is why I don't like Simeone. This is why I hate this guy. So I respect him. This is why I don't like this guy. Like, that makes you, like, bro, Ronaldo has literally tormented you so many times. Like, Juve, what's the excuse for Juve? You let a guy get a hat trick on you, bro. Like, what's the story there? So, like, come on, Simeone, relax, bro. Honestly, beating United, let's be real, the Blue Eyes. But by the way, shout out to Blue Eyes. No, not Blue Eyes. Was it who said? Was it
Blue
Emmy?
Eyes, Benfica. But I said
Yeah.
it was me.
Shout out to Blue Eyes. He did say Benfica were gonna beat Ajax today. He did say that.
Mm-hmm.
But Blue Eyes did also say Atleti, so he took an L and a dub. So shout out to Blue Eyes. But this is why sometimes you don't let agenda get in your way. Like Blue Eyes has a strong Premier League, sometimes some agenda like that where he just want all Premier League team. But I'm like don't let agenda get in your judgment of football because because if you let agenda run you, you're gonna take a lot of L's, man.
You're gonna take some L,
yeah. But that's the thing about United. This is my thing. Are we really surprised that they lost to Atletico?
No, I called it. I said they were gonna lose.
I called it.
Bro, I didn't even know it was that bad. Like I was looking at the passing they lose in Europe, Villarreal, Athletic Bilbao, Barcelona. these guys are so bad in Europe. My God, United are an embarrassment to you in Europe, bro.
Like, an embarrassment.
They have
to the
fallen
Premier
massively,
League.
bro. They have
Yeah, they have.
Like they have fallen very massively. Like I wasn't even shocked when they lost the game. Like if it was that was Ferguson United, you feel some type of way. Like you'd be like, wow, United really lost. But when the way they lost, you just like, okay, oh well, we go in the Premier League. We're gonna fight for top four. It is what it is. Like they're just no fighting in this club. And Maguire, bro, I've never seen a center back where you guarantee there's a mistake out of this guy every single
Oh
game.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. There is a mistake in that guy. Like it's as if like he cannot help himself. Like he must make a mistake. And the thing is, right? The thing is like this, right, Wilton, right? Is he being coached? Like that's the question. We saw what John Stones was when he first went to Man City, right?
Yep.
He's being coached. Now he's a good defender. He now knows how to position himself. He now knows when to take that extra step, when to take the extra touch, and how to drive with the ball. Maguire is all over the shop. He doesn't even know where he is. Man, dude. Yeah. If Maguire was not an English guy, if he was from Italy or from Germany, bro, we're not talking plenty, man. The guy will be put on the stake.
Yeah, honestly, because
it's because he's English.
Yeah, because when I watch Sky Sport, I never ever see the pundit go on him. Like they never just show him. But Pogba is always a scapegoat. They always just Pogba at the scapegoat. But
yeah,
Maguire, only United fan criticize Maguire, honestly. But the pundits like Gary Neville, Rio Ferdinand, they don't really talk badly about Maguire. They just say, "Oh, just keep your head up. He's a good lad, whatever." But
he's always a good lad. That's what he
he does the right thing. He's a good lad. Like, but bro, United, like, this is about to be what. Bro, Ronaldo hasn't gone trophyless in over 12 years. He joined United and he's about to go trophyless after 12 years in his career.
It's going to be true. Yeah,
there's trophyless.
I think Ronaldo's going to look at his future in the summer. Well, if I was Man United, I'll move off from Ronaldo because he's not going to help you guys. They need to go back and ask themselves, what do they want to do? Do they want to be a possession team or counter-attacking team?
It's not even
how can they get the right, the right director of football that can help them?
That's the most important thing, because I'm looking at United. I was looking at their social media. Did you guys know, like, their social media, like the players of United, these men have a lot of followers on social media, and that tells me that the Glazers just care about like money.
That's why we don't want American owners at Chelsea.
Ronaldo is not the answer to United, but because it's Cristiano Ronaldo, the most followed athlete in the world.
That's my problem with us.
And he sells jerseys, so
yeah,
it's all about money, because the United are spending money, but they're not spending on the player that they actually need.
Okay, let me even make you even laugh, right? Old Trafford currently as a stadium is dilapidated, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people keep saying that things are falling over. Everything about the stadium is really old. They've not remodernized that stadium since they bought it. Like, the stadium is poorly managed, right? It's only the turf. Of course, the turf is still good, but but all around the stadium, you can tell, what do the Glazers actually do with the money that they make from this club? Are they investing in the youth academy? Are they investing in infrastructure? The stadium by itself is all over the place. It's not standing, it's not standing as one of the best stadiums in Europe. It's like, what exactly do they do? And
but my God, man.
Bro, I need to go. Abdullah, nice stream, man. I need to run there. Thank you.
Guys, peace out, guys. Everybody, stay safe.
Peace, everybody.
Peace, everybody. God bless. Have a wonderful night. Stay safe, guys. Like, subscribe. Peace, everybody. Peace.